Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Miguel, but some people call me Milo. And today we have more Am I the Asshole stories from the subreddit Am I the Asshole, obviously. We have 4 today, and all of these sound like, especially the 2 that we have right now, like the first 2, sound like they're going to be really funny. So, yeah, so let's sit back, relax, and see who's the asshole. The first story is from the Reddit user Dobbies_Cumstock. Wonderful name, man. Am I the asshole for telling my wife she smells bad? Yesterday I came home from work and my wife greeted me in the usual manner. While I was hugging her, I noticed she smelled pretty bad of BO. No biggie. I know she was home with the baby all day and probably gardening outside. Later in the evening, I offered to make her a bath and she jokingly asked, "Why? Are you saying I stink?" I honestly offered to do it just to be nice because I knew she had a long day and likes baths. But she did smell bad. So I kind of laughed and said, well, then she gets mad at me and says a husband isn't supposed to say his wife stinks. And she's been sore with me ever since. I find this a little hypocritical. She's never had a problem telling me when my farts stink, when I have morning breath, or when I don't wipe well enough. So why do I have to walk on eggshells for her over this? Am I crazy, or is this an unfair double standard? I personally think it's an unfair double standard, because if they say a husband isn't supposed to tell a wife she stinks, women smell more than men. It's not anything like against women. I mean, we just smell more than men. I mean, like, we have other stuff that makes us smell, you know? And like, you have no problem telling him that he smells. So I mean, like, he said it in a joking way and said like, well, like, you shouldn't be mad about that. You're not the asshole. Okay, this next story is from the Reddit user winter_reveal_5894. Am I the asshole for just refusing to cook for my wife at this point? I am 39 and male. My wife, Jennifer, is 37. We have been married for 8 years, and we have 2 children. I work full-time, and Jennifer is a stay-at-home mom. She's a wonderful mother to our children. But one thing that she does not like to do is cook. This works out just fine for me, as I generally get off of work by 4:30, and I happen to be a phenomenal cook. My father was a chef, and I've been cooking since I was 10 years old. I also worked as a line cook for several years. Virtually everyone loves my cooking. When we have company, it gets rave reviews. Our children always ask for seconds. I put a lot into it, and I take my pride in cooking skills. The only person who doesn't like this is Jennifer. She complains endlessly. Too salty, too much pepper. This is undercooked. She also backseat cooks a lot, where I'll be in the kitchen making something, and she won't shut up about what I should be doing differently. The worst part, though, is that she frequently insults my cooking and then go get garbage like a Hot Pocket or a frozen dinner from the freezer. Last Wednesday, I made a Salisbury steak with mushroom gravy, cream cheese, mashed potatoes, and roasted asparagus. When I put Jennifer's plate in front of her, she made a disgusted face. She poked at her Salisbury steak for a few seconds and took the tiniest bite imaginable. She then made an exaggerated, wrenching sound, dramatically threw her fork on the table, and went to heat up a microwave burrito. I just snapped. I didn't say anything at the time because our children was there, but I was completely done. The next day, I made teriyaki bowls with broccoli. Jennifer sat at the table waiting for hers, and I informed her that I was done with cooking for her. When she asked why, I told her it's a waste of food and that she should go have a Hot Pocket. Jennifer is furious that I won't cook for her, and she says that instead of giving up, I should try a bit harder. I think she should just subs it on whatever microwavable slop she likes and stop complaining. Did I escalate too much here? No, you didn't. This is the first one. There's a second, like an update one. But just from this first one, you're not the asshole. And why is she complaining when she don't fucking cook? Update. Am I the asshole for refusing to cook for my wife at this point? About a month ago, I posted here about something that happened over dinner one night. My wife, Jennifer, literally retched at my cooking, despite taking the tiniest bite imaginable. After that, I refused to cook for her, which made her very angry. It was this bizarre disconnect between her thinking my food was trash, not fit for a compost bin, but her demanding that I continue making it for her anyway. I was hesitant to update because, for some reason beyond my understanding, I received about a dozen hate-filled direct messages after my last post. They were all being sent from users of the parody community of this. I have no idea what I did to make so many people upset, but a lot of people have asked me for an update, so I figured I'd give one. Anyway, the last month has been really eye-opening for me. I had long ago noticed that Jennifer was highly critical of my cooking, but over this time, I've come to realize that she's really critical about just everything I do. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was walking outside with her. I'm pigeon-toed, and have been since I was a baby. Although it's a lot better now, Jennifer asked why I was walking with my toes slightly pointed in, and when I explained to her I'm pigeon-toed, she responded in an exaggerated tone, "Why don't you just walk with your feet straight?" Yes, thank you. My literal bone issue was just magically cured by your advice. I never realized that the problem to something I have suffered for nearly 40 years now was staring me right in the face. At least now, if I know I ever get cancer, I can just get rid of it by deciding not to have cancer. You see, I never really noticed how critical she is towards me on virtually everything I do. She's just more forward about my cooking. For example, when she walks into my home office, she always scrunches up her face in this really displeased way. I don't think she likes the interior, which I designed, but she wants nothing but white and gray in every room in the house. Whenever I try to do laundry, she'll hear me open the washing machine door and beeline over to backseat me through the whole process. This is coming from a woman who once ruined a $1,000 500 suit of mine because she thought bleach would be the perfect stain remover, by the way. When I was explaining an issue I had with my colleague to her, she took my colleague's side despite her being objectively in the wrong from an industry standpoint. My wife was adamant, though. I must have been the one to screw things up. I'm honestly just exhausted. The criticism of my cooking was the worst. Yes, but it really just overshadowed everything else she always found fault with me on. I tried to have a conversation with her, and naturally she denied anything to do of that sort. Denied ever being rude to me, and denied ever retching at my food. She actually tried to gaslight me here. She kept asking me questions like, "When did I do that? Tell me the date." Then she called me a hypocrite for being critical of her. Hijacked the conversation and eventually stonewalled me. I've come to realize that I don't really like my wife anymore. She's just a negative person. It makes me sad, but in the next few days, I'm going to ask her for a divorce. She's not going to like it, but I've come to realize that when she walks into a room I'm in, I get anxious about what she's going to say to me. Thank you for all of your comments. I also apologize if this was long-winded. My marriage is falling apart, and I'm not in the best headspace right now. Man, that is so sad. You are not the asshole. Man, if my wife ever did that to me, yep, we are done. Or I'm just gonna smack you. Because I'm a woman too, so I can smack you. That's just honestly fucked up. Because if this was a woman saying like, oh, my husband criticizing this and that, everyone would be on the woman's side. But since it's a man only a handful of people are on his side, like, that's fucked up. Stop cooking for her. Stop being with her. Slap her a couple times and she may be okay. Like, punch her. Okay, so this third story is from the Reddit user deleted. I'm not sure if they took down their account or if that's just no, they took down their account. Okay. I don't know this Reddit user. It just says deleted. Am I the asshole for getting upset with my vegan wife who refuses to cook meat for me and our kids? I, male 35, and my wife, female 34, have been married for 10 years and have 2 children, male 7 and female 5. My wife is a homemaker and has always taken care of the family meals. I work in technology and have a very tight schedule. A month ago, my wife decided to become vegan for ethical reasons. I respected her choice, but we agreed that I and our kids won't change our diet. She agreed to continue cooking meat for us, as our kids enjoy it and are not a fan of vegetables or such dishes. However, 2 days ago, she told me she would no longer cook meat for us. She said that she felt bad about choosing corpses at the butcher and preparing them at home. It was a matter of principle for her, as well as a contradiction to abstain from eating meat but still buying and preparing it. She stated that she would only make vegan meals for the entire family, and if we wanted meat, I would have to cook. I got very upset about this, as I don't have time to cook, especially with a project coming up at my company. We argued about it a lot, and she called me an insensitive and ignorant. Our kids will be back from my parents' house at the end of the month, and I don't want them to go through this change with her. You're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. I do not believe you are the asshole, not one bit on this, because, I mean, she wants to become a vegan because it's basically, like, there's no real reason to become vegan unless you are lactose intolerant and allergic to meat. For instance, me and my family, we have like a vegetarian diet. We still eat fish, we still eat chicken, meat. There's only like some beefs and like other stuff we can't eat that much. And usually we're like, it's like we're on like the Asian diet where it's like soups, vegetables, meat, like, so there's no real reason for her to all of a sudden become vegan. If when you become vegan and you don't have certain meats, you're just gonna fuck up your body. Food is food. I don't give a shit. Give it to me if I can eat it. So, I mean, like, if she wants to complain and say she's not gonna cook and do all this other stupid shit, but she's having her husband who actually goes out and fucking works. She wants him to cook because he wants to come home for food. That makes no sense to me at all. You're not the asshole. At least not to me, you are. You aren't. This last story, sorry, my microphone is all tangled, is from the Reddit user citylights13_. Am I the asshole for refusing to cater to my mother-in-law's specific dietary needs at our family barbecue? I, 34 male, have been married to my wife, Emma, 32 female, for 6 years. We have a tradition of hosting a big family barbecue every summer, and it's always a blast. This year, however, there's a bit of an issue with my mother-in-law, Linda, 58 female. Linda has recently decided to go on a very strict diet. She avoids gluten, dairy, sugar, and a bunch of other things that makes it really hard to accommodate her. When we set out invites for the barbecue, she called Emma and demanded that we prepare special dishes just for her. She provided a long list of ingredients and recipes which are quite complicated and expensive. I told Emma that while I understand her mother's dietary choices, it's unreasonable to expect us to go out of our way to cater for her specific needs, especially when we were already preparing a ton of food for everyone else. I suggested that Linda bring her own food if she has such strict requirements. Emma thinks I'm being insensitive and that we should accommodate her mom because she's family. She argues that it's not a big deal to make a few extra dishes to make Linda feel included. On the other hand, I feel like Linda is being demanding and should be responsible for her own diet. When we told Linda about my suggestion, she got very upset and accused me of trying to exclude her and not caring about her health. Now there's tension between me, Emma, and Linda, and it's putting a damper on the barbecue plans. Some of our family members are siding with Linda, saying I should just suck it up and make the dishes, while others agree that she's being unreasonable. Am I the asshole for refusing to cater to my mother-in-law's specific dietary needs at our family barbecue? You're not. Why? See, man. Someone in these comments said, the first comment says, yes, you're the asshole. Your wife should leave you because that's her mother and mothers are always right. Well, if that's her mother, she should fucking cook. I don't get this. I don't get these stupid dietary restrictions. Now, I am allergic to a lot of shit. I'm allergic to probably gluten, which I still eat. And I'm allergic to a lot of stuff and I still eat it. Do I regret it after? Yes. Do I regret it in the moment? No. But if I was going somewhere and I know I have all these stupid restrictions, I'm going to bring my own food because that is the smart thing to do. Because, we have brains up here that tell us smart shit, and you learn this from a very young age. So I don't get the wife and the mother, throw away the wife and the mother-in-law, because your wife should be backing you up and telling her mom to just make her own food, or the daughter make the food. That's so freaking dumb. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below your guys' thoughts on this, on all of these stories. I personally think some of the ones, especially with the wives, not all of them, I guess. Yes, all of them. All of them seem just so freaking dumb. And it's sad to think that there's so many dumb people out there. And sadly, it's more women, the freaking gender I'm attracted to, that are just sometimes dumb. Yeah, you guys can comment down below your thoughts on this video, along with other videos you guys would like to see. I do vlogs, reaction videos, morning, night routine, cooking, cleaning, gaming, all of the above on this channel. Also go over to my other channel, Spare Wolf Horror. I do creepypastas where you guys could submit your own personal experience with the paranormal, a story you wrote, or just a creepypasta you guys would like to hear. I love hearing you guys' suggestions. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.